No, you don't, or else you'd have gave me the cash.
Know, Ascanis, know this of me. Antiochus from incest lived not free, for which the most high gods not minding longer to withhold the vengeance that they had in store. Due to this heinous capital offense, even in the height and pride of all his glory, when he was seated in a chariot of an inestimable value, and his daughter with him, a fire from heaven came and shriveled up their bodies even to loathing. For they so stunk that all those eyes adored them ere they befall scorn now their hand should give them burial. 'Twas very strange, and yet but justice, for though this king were great, his greatness was no guard to bar heaven's shaft, but sin had his reward. 'Tis very true. See not a man in private conference or council has respect with him, but he. It shall no longer grieve without reproof, and cursed be he that will not second it. Follow me, then, Lord Helicane, a word. With me, and welcome. Happy day, my lords. Know that our griefs are risen to the top, and now at length they overflow their banks. Your griefs, for what? Wrong not your prince you love. Wrong not yourself, the noble Helicane, but if the prince do live, let us salute him, and know what grounds made happy by his breath. If in the world he live, he'll seek him out. If in his grave he rest, we'll find him there, and be resolved he lives to govern us, or dead. Give us cause to mourn his funeral, and leave us to our free election. Whose death indeed is the strongest in our censor, and knowing this kingdom's without a head, like goodly buildings left without a roof, soon fall to ruin your noble self that best know how to rule and how to reign, and thus submit unto our sovereign. Live, noble Helicane. Try honor's cause, forbear your suffrages, if that you love Prince Pericles, forbear. Take I your wish. I leap into the seas, where's hourly trouble for a minute's ease. A 12-month longer let me entreat you further to bear the absence of your king. If in which time expired he not return, I shall with aged patience bear your yoke. But if I cannot win you to this love, go search like nobles, like noble subjects, and in your search spend your adventurous worth, whom if you find and win unto return, you shall like diamonds sit about his crown. To wisdom he's a fool that will not yield, and since Lord Helicane enjoineth us, we with our travels will endeavour it. Then you love us, we you, and we'll clasp hands when peers thus knit our kingdom ever stands. Good morrow to good Simonides. Knights, for my daughter this I let you know, that for this 12 months she'll not undertake a married life. Her reason to herself is only known, which from her by no means can I get. May we not get access to her, my lord? Faith, by no means. She hath so strictly tied her to her chamber. 'Tis impossible. On 12 moons more she'll wear Diana's livery. This by the eye of Cynthia hath she vowed, and on her virgin honor will not break it. Loath to bid farewell, we take our leaves. So they are well dispatched. Now to my daughter's letter. She tells me here she'll wed the stranger knight, or never more to view nor day nor light. 'Tis well, mistress, your choice agrees with mine. I like that well, nay, how absolute she is in it. Not minding whether I dislike or no, I do commend her choice. And we will no longer have it be delayed. Soft, here it comes. I must dissemble it. All fortune to the good Simonides. To you as much, sir. I'm beholding to you for your sweet music this last night. I do protest my ears were never better fed with such delightful, pleasing harmony. It is your grace's pleasure to commend, not my desert. Sir, you are a music's master, the worst of all her scholars, my good lord. Let me ask you one thing. What do you think of my daughter, sir? A most virtuous princess. And she is fair too, is she not? As a fair day in summer wondrous fair. Sir, my daughter thinks very well of you, aye, so well that you must be her master, and she will be your scholar. Therefore look to it. I am unworthy for her schoolmaster. She thinks not so. Peruse this writing else. What's here? A letter that she loves the knight of Tyre. 'Tis the king's subtlety to have my life. Oh, seek not to entrap me, gracious lord. A stranger and distressed gentleman never aimed so high to love your daughter, but bent all offices to honor her. Thou hast bewitched my daughter, and thou art a villain. By the gods, I have not. Never did thought of mine levy offence, nor never did my actions yet commence. A deed might gain her love or your displeasure. Traitor, thou liest. Traitor, aye, traitor, that thus disguised art stolen into my court with the witchcraft of thy actions, to bewitch the yielding spirit of my tender child. Even in his throat, unless it be the king that calls me traitor, I return the lie. Now by the gods I do applaud his courage. My actions are as noble as my thoughts. That never relished of a base descent, I came unto your court for honor's cause, and not to be a rebel to her state, and he that otherwise accounts of me, the sword shall prove his honor's enemy. Now, here comes my daughter. She can witness it. Then, as you are as virtuous as fear, resolve your angry father if my tongue did e'er a solicit or my hand subscribe to any syllable that made love to you. Why, sir, say if you had, who takes offence at that would make me glad. Yea, mistress, are you so peremptory? I am glad on it with all my heart. I'll tame you, I'll bring you in subjection. Will you, not having my consent, bestow your love and your affections upon a stranger, who for aught I know may be, nor can I think the contrary, as great in blood as myself? Therefore, hear you, mistress, either frame your will to mine, and you, sir, hear you. Either be ruled by me, or I'll make you man and wife. Nay, come, your hands and lips must seal it too, and being joined, I'll thus your hopes destroy. And for further grief, God give you joy. What, are you both pleased? Yes, if you love me, sir. Even as my life, my blood that fosters it. What, are you both agreed? Yes, if it please your majesty. It pleaseth me so well that I will see you wed, and then with what haste you can, get you to bed. Now sleep, ye slacked hath the rout, no din but snores about the house, made louder by the o'erfed beast's breast of this most pompous marriage feast. The cat with eyne of burning coal now crouches for the mouse's hole, and crickets sing at the oven's mouth. All the blither for their drouth. Hymen hath brought the bride to bed, whereby the loss of maidenhead a babe is moulded. Be attent, and time that is so briefly spent with your fine fancies quaintly etched, know its dumb and show are plain with speech. By many a dern and painful perch of Pericles, the careful search by the four opposing coins which the world together joins is made with all due diligence, that horse and sail and high expense can steed the quest at last from Tyre, of fame answering the most strange inquire. To the court of King Simonides our letters brought the tenor these: Antiochus and his daughter dead, the men of Tyrus on the head of Helicanus would set on the crown of Tyre, but he will none. The mutiny here their haste so press, says to him, if King Pericles come not home in twice 6 moons, he obedient to their dooms will take the crown, the sum of this brought hither to Pentapolis. Why ravished the regions round, and every one with claps can sound, our heir apparent is a king, who dreamed who thought of such a thing. Brief he must hence depart to Tyre, his queen with child makes her desire, which who shall cross along to go, omit we odd their dole and woe. Lycorida her nurse she takes, and so to sea their vessel shakes, on Neptune's billow half the flood hath their keel cut by fortune's mood. Varies again the grizzled north, disgorges such a tempest forth, that as a duck for life that dives so up and down the poor ship drives. The lady shrieks, and well anear does fall in travail with her fear, and what ensues in this fell storm shall for itself perform. I no relate action may conveniently the rest convey, which might not what by me is told in your imagination hold, the ship upon whose deck the sea-tossed Pericles appear to speak.